Okay, so hi guys, it's MissLollypop and welcome back to another episode of the Sims 4 Runaway Sisters. So, in today's video, as you can see, Celeste is clearly very worried. So obviously we left it off in the last episode where basically the whole situation happened where Celeste went missing in the middle of the night. Thea went out and actually had a really good night with Damien. You know, she was literally just over from the house and then she came back and she popped herself to bed and obviously they done the dirty, should we say. And basically the whole situation happened where she went and checked on Celeste in the morning and Celeste was not there. So obviously the last episode was left on a massive cliffhanger, so we didn't know what happened to Celeste. So I will go ahead and let you guys know. So Celeste has actually been taken. A kidnapper came up and took Celeste. So she took a phone call and it was actually from one of her friends in school. So she thought, you know, they were going to sneak out, they were going to have a really good night. So she stood outside her house and the friend said that they would meet her outside the house. She's walked outside the house. She was really sad like today because she's really been thinking about her parents and, you know, how she feels like Thea's leaving her out of things. So she was really upset about that. So she'd been crying basically all of the night anyways. And when her friend invited her out, she took the spur of the moment idea and went outside to go and meet them. And when that happened, some woman dressed fully in black came over and kidnapped Celeste, and Thea has absolutely no idea where she is. Now obviously Thea does not know that. Thea does not know that Celeste has been kidnapped. She maybe just thinks she's run away, doesn't really know what's going on. But in Thea's eyes, she gets the fact that, you know, Celeste wouldn't run away. Like, she understands that. Like, Celeste isn't naive enough to do something like that. She knows, like, what sort of predicament they're in. She knows how worried Thea would be because of everything that's gone on and obviously everything about their parents and the fact that she did try to get her away from their parents for the goodness of her sister. But obviously Thea has no idea of what to do. So she is going to go and search the town a little bit to see if she can actually find Celeste. Maybe she went for a walk, maybe she went out with a friend. She's really just hoping that maybe something like that happened. So I'm going to have her quickly run to the town and see if she can find her and maybe just have a quick look around, see if we can spot her. And honestly, in Celeste's mind, oh my god, she's literally running. She really is thinking maybe she's gone back to see, mum and dad. But she's really not hoping that that's the case because obviously it's a massive trek to get home. It was so dangerous to get out here in the first place, just the two of them. And I'm sure she really is hoping that she's going to be able to find Celeste. So she's sitting here, she's calling Celeste's name. She's going to look around Salvadorada a little bit to see if she can see her. But honestly, she's going to start making her way to her mum and dad's house. Get on one of the buses that take them up to the city. Because I think that is one of the only ways that they are actually going to be able to see if she can find her. Because at least in that way she crosses that one off her list. Because that is the most likely. That's probably the most likely place that she'll find her. So we're going to go and head on off to Alea and Zayden's old house, or Alea and Zayden's house that they used to live in. And we're going to see if we can find Celeste and see, where she's gone. So Thea has just arrived at her mum and dad's old house, 4 o'clock in the morning. And of course, some of the puppies are actually outside. So I'm going to go have a knock on the door and see if she can find Celeste in there. Obviously, she is sprinting up there, seeing if she can find her sister. She's calling out her name. She is frantically, trying to find her. She is so worried, and I think she's most worried. Oh my god. I think she's most worried in case her sister is actually here because it's going to be a really hard way to try and get her back. So she just arrived and Alea, was, casually expecting her and just said, "Come on in." So she is actually going to run over to her mum and say, do you have her? Where is she? Where the hell is Celeste? She's running around trying to find her. She cannot see her. Oh my god, she literally runs straight out to her mum and starts arguing with her. So this is what Alea looks like, and this is actually her dad as well, which obviously she's also going to catch and say, what the hell is going on here? she is, you know, asking where Celeste is. You know, she's looking very, very old now, like both her and her dad. So if we have a look, obviously they were addicted to drugs for a while. We don't know if they are still addicted to drugs now, but we definitely know that it has taken a toll, especially on Alea's appearance. I mean, you guys remember Alea? She was spick and span, and now look at her, like it looks terrible. So her dad is trying to explain, you know, like, where the hell have you been? We haven't seen you for years. You know, you took your sister with you. You know, you have no right. I should have called the police on you right now. This is serious, Thea. Like, you don't have the right to do this. And actually, Celeste runs down the stairs and hears both of them arguing and runs straight over to her sister. And oh my God, she is going to go over there and she is going to give her sister the biggest hug in the world. Oh my God, she's like, I'm so glad that you're okay. Her sister is obviously really, really angry, and she is, you know, she's been running away and she's really, really scared, and she's, you know, she's really, really sorry. She's trying to explain what happened, and obviously Alea and Xaden are just ignoring the situation as if their, you know, their kid did not just get kidnapped. They did not just steal their child back. She's just sitting there listening to music. Honestly, these guys are crazy. I don't know if this is because they're drugged up. I don't know if it is the way that they're acting, but she is sitting here so happy to be able to see Celeste and, you know, just brighten her day and give her a hug and just know that she is safe. So Thea is going to go and tell Celeste, you know, I'm going to try and get you back, don't worry. And obviously, honestly, Celeste said, like, that, you know, I'd love that, you know, but you don't have to if you don't want to, you know, like, I'm fine with living here, you know, I preferred it here, because honestly, Celeste didn't understand, you know, that the fact of, like, the way that her parents have acted this whole entire time, because she was way too young to understand what was happening and the fact that her parents are addicted to drugs. So I tell you what, Thea's going to come straight in here and argue with her mum, tell her that she is taking her sister back to wherever they came from, and tell her that she has ulterior motives, and the only reason that she's trying to steal Celeste back is because, you know, she feels like she's a bad mum, and her and Xaden are bad mum and dads, which honestly they have been, like, for their whole entire life. And honestly, Alea just doesn't even want to listen. They already have literally put Celeste in a completely different outfit, like the fact that they literally got her out of whatever clothes she was in and put her in some little pretty frock even makes Thea even more mad. The fact that, you know, you're dressing her up like some princess. This is not our way of living. And basically, Alea is saying that unless Thea comes back home and lives with both of them in this house, she is never gonna see Celeste again, ever. And Alea said that if you don't get out of this house right now, I'm gonna call the police on you. And she has literally just walked away. Oh my God. So where is Celeste? Can we come over and give Celeste a hug to say goodbye? Because honestly, if she doesn't leave right now, she is gonna get called by the police. I think Thea has, like, ushered her away so that she doesn't get a chance to talk to her. So she is gonna have to go and unfortunately leave, which is really, really sad that she's gonna leave. Obviously, she is really pissed off over the fact that all of this stuff happened. But she is more than ready to try and fight for her sister to get her back, because that is the only way that she is gonna be able to get her back. Now, what she's going to do, she is actually going to try and go through the courts and basically get her parents reported for, like, neglect, for not raising them properly and for leaving them in, you know, the position that they were in where they wasn't cared for, they, you know, they didn't have a good life, and the fact that she has done everything that she could to provide a life for Celeste and her, and she's going to try to prove she's a way better mum than Alea could have ever been. It's going to be a bit too long for her to travel back to Selva Dorada. She's going to rent out an apartment in downtown Del Sol Valley, just, you know, just for the moment, until she can get all of this stuff sorted out and she can get Celeste back, and then she can get moved back. But honestly, she needs to contact Damien, because Damien knows nothing about the fact that she even left. So let's have her go into the town and see if she can find somewhere where she can move into. Hopefully somewhere is cheap that she can rent for, like, a few days. She needs to stay here in order to sort of, you know, get everything resolved with her sister and try and win her back. So we are gonna have to find somewhere to rent for a little while until all this stuff blows over. Hopefully the courts will let Thea take Celeste back with her, but we'll have to see how this goes down. But let's see if we can find her a house to live in for the moment, because honestly, she's been kicked out of her family home and her mum and dad just don't want her. And unfortunately, she is without her sister and, you know, really, really pissed off. But honestly, she's got, like, an agenda on her mind and she wants to achieve it. You know, she wants to finish it. So Thea just arrived. So obviously when she When she finished up with Alea and Zayden, she went ahead and looked on her phone, because obviously she's got some service on her phone for a little while. She went ahead and looked on her phone and see if there was somewhere where she could rent that was as close to obviously their house as possible, so that she would be able to maybe, you know, be able to contact Celeste and maybe meet up with her, do something. Either, you know, she just needs to be around this sort of area. There's no way that she could go back to Salvadorada because it's way too long. Obviously, she's traveled for basically like 2 days just to get here. So there'd be no point in her going all the way back. So she's gone ahead and found herself a trailer. This is actually opposite the house that they used to live in. Obviously this house has now changed and it's huge, but she is in a really, really rundown area of town. She's actually in this trailer that she's going to rent out for the next few weeks, hopefully, to get this stuff all sorted out with Celeste. And obviously she is going to have to contact the courts, but for the moment there isn't really much that she can do, unfortunately. So, you know, she's not going to have much of a choice, but she has just turned up, which obviously she has noticed that she is absolutely starving. Like, Thea is starving. Like, she's really, really hungry and ravenous. She has been eating and snacking throughout the whole entire time that she's been traveling, but obviously once she got there, she kind of blew off a lot of her steam, and oh, okay, she's real angry. She's really hungry, so we're gonna have her make up some food. She's only got some vegetables in the fridge. She literally has the bare essentials. She has 1,000 simoleons to her name. She literally just left the house that she bought, because obviously she, you know, she wasn't going to sell it. She anticipates on going back there, so she literally just left it, and she's currently renting this out, which luckily it's not too bad on rent. It's about 400 simoleons per week, so she is going to have to try and make that up, the 400 simoleons per week, and they asked for it on a Monday. So Monday she will have to obviously lose her 400 simoleons per week. But I'm going to have her make some food, try and sit down and chill out. It is actually spooky day tomorrow, which is really sad, because you know what, Thea was so excited to be able to celebrate like holidays with Celeste and be able to like celebrate all these things as a family and finally be able to do stuff literally just as soon as they got their house. They've only been moved into their house for maybe a week or so, and all of this stuff happens, and it's really, really just, you know, affecting her. It's affecting her with her emotional state, and honestly she's feeling quite hormonal recently. She doesn't know if it's a period or whatever, but you know what, she's feeling really, really emotional and like kind of crazy, and like, you know, she's gonna do something completely rash and she doesn't want to do that. So I'm gonna have her eat some food. Maybe you know, maybe it's just because she's hungry. Honestly, I kind of get like this as well. So we're gonna have her finish off eating some food. She's feeling a little bit happier now. Like, you know, she's not as tense as she was. She's watched a little bit of TV, tried to calm herself down a little bit. Honestly, the rage inside her was so strong, but she is getting really, really tired. I know it is only obviously 12 o'clock in the afternoon, but because of everything that's happened and because of the time difference between Salvadorada and Del Sol Valley, she is getting really, really tired. A welcome wagon's actually turned up to her shack, and obviously she is not going to go and answer the door because she really does not care who is here. She does not anticipate on going out there and talking to anybody. She is here to get out. Honestly, she hates this town. She hates these people. She hates who she's around. Like, she is, like, since she's grown up in this town and she's seen what it's done to her family and she's seen what it's done to her mum and dad, she physically hates everybody and like in this town, and she hates this town overall because she feels like it affects everybody in the same way. Everybody that comes here always, you know, wants to be famous, wants to do drugs, wants to be doesn't want to be an alcoholic, but does a lot of alcohol, does a lot of drugs. Like, all of this stuff ends up happening to everybody when they, you know, when they're in this town. And that was one of the biggest reasons that she tried to get her parent, like, she tried to get Celeste away. One, from her parents, because obviously her parents were drug addicts, which, to be honest, she doesn't know if her parents are still drug addicts now, but right now she is actually stinking really bad. And two, because everybody in this town is a drug addict. So, you know what? She needs to go and have a shower. Luckily, we have actually got a shower, so I'm going to go have her take one. Let's have her stop watching the TV, and then we're going to message Damien real quick and then see if he replies. He might be busy. Normally he's at work at, you know, at 1 o'clock on a Friday, but maybe he's not. We'll have to give him a text and see what he says. Yeah, so it looks like he's at work because he hasn't actually replied straight away, and normally he will reply straight away. I'm sure he's really, really worried about Thea, but obviously he has a job to do as well, so he needs to, you know, get on with his own stuff and do that. But in the meantime, Thea's going to try and relax. She's feeling a little bit happier. She's having a shower. She is going to need to go and use the toilet, which she needs to do really badly. You had woohoo with my best friend. You are gross. That's what Molly said. I guess she is really good friends with Damien. Wow, okay. I don't know how she got your number, but never mind. Right, okay, let's have her go use the toilet, and she should probably send herself for a bit of a nap in a little while. I know that she must be really, really tired, but I'll tell you what, let's take a look around because you guys probably haven't had a chance to see Del Sol Valley. So she literally lives behind an industrial estate. Like, there's trucks here, there's massive pallets, not not pallets. There's massive containers of stuff. There's loads of clanging behind her, and she's literally living in this shack. I mean, honestly, she has slept on the floor before, so this is nothing for Thea, but it's definitely a downgrade from the house that she bought. But she just doesn't have any money. You know, she's not going to go and sell her house because she anticipates on bringing Celeste back there. But at least she's feeling a little bit happier now, and we can have her go and use the toilet. And actually, she's feeling really sick. She was feeling really sick earlier, and she thought it was down to the stress of obviously everything going on with her sister and how worried she was. But honestly, she's feeling really, really sick now and feels like she needs to throw up. So I'm going to go have her, you know, get her out because obviously she feels really sick, you know, so we're going to have her go get it out of her system. Dead tired, she is sluggishly walking all the way to bed. So we're gonna go and have a quick nap, see if she can make it through the day, and then we'll go ahead and give Damien a call when she wakes up. She obviously didn't bring any extra clothes either, so all the clothes that she, you know, normally wears, she's, you know, wearing now. But either way, we'll wake her up in a little while. So she just woke up, and again, she's feeling really, really tense, trying to figure out what she wants to do. It's way too late to actually go to the courts now and try and discuss everything that's going on with her sister. And honestly, you know, it's going to be really, really difficult with this whole situation and trying to get it to work. She definitely does need to do a bit more research into how she goes about contacting them, what she does, because honestly, she is so young and kind of naive, you know, although she's lived by herself for so long, she never had to deal with any of this. She literally lived in a jungle, like none of this stuff mattered to her. Oh my God, look, she's throwing up again. Okay, let's go and give Damien a call and see, you know, if he's okay, what's going on, and basically tell him not to worry. And hopefully he's, you know, back down from the jungle now, because obviously he wouldn't have got her text messages earlier because, you know, he was so high up, there was no service anyways. So she's on the phone, she's telling him literally everything that happened. She's explaining everything that happened with her sister, how terrible it all was, how her parents acted, what they said about the fact that she either has to move in with them and live there, you know, the future until whenever, in order to be able to see her sister, or else they are going to call the police on her if she doesn't make a decision within the next few days, and she's either going to have to get out of here without her sister, or she's going to need to try and fight for her sister. And you know what? Damien said, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'm not going to let you go through this alone. And then he just hung up. And Thea is so confused with what's going on. I'm not going to let you go through this alone. And then he just hangs straight up. Like, what is she supposed to do? She was worried that Damien had something to do with the fact that Celeste went missing. Obviously now she knows that none of that has happened. She knows that he has nothing to do with it, but she had a massive argument and she thought that maybe he would have something to do with it, and she thought that maybe, you know, he was hiding something from her. And you know, she kind of felt bad, and when she was on the phone she went and said, you know, I'm really sorry that I accused you of that stuff. I never should have done that. You know, I have so much trust in you. And when he goes and says, you know, I'm not gonna let you go through this alone, and then just hangs up the phone, she is so confused right now and she is furious. She has no idea what's going on, and you know what? She is just gonna have to calm it down, go back to bed, have a sleep, and then wake up in the morning and deal with the courts then, and see if she can get in contact with somebody who can sort out, you know, the relationship between her and her sister. I don't know what this is going to entail for the family, but we will have to see. So it is now morning. Good morning, everybody. And of course, look who we have running over here. So Damien has actually flown in overnight. He managed to pull some money together to be able to get himself a flight to get over here to come and support Thea. So that is what he meant when he said he was going to come and support her. He meant, I'm going to come with you. I'm going to come and live in this little shack with you until we manage to get your sister and bring her back home. And you know what? I am not going to leave you. And that is like the sweetest thing in the world, and he's actually coming over to the little shack. So obviously, oh my god, she hears a knock at the door and she's about to go out there and go ahead and actually give him the biggest hug she has ever given him in his life. Oh my god. And just before that, she is actually throwing up. Okay, she just threw up again. So she's gonna go inside and actually give Damien a massive hug and go ahead and give him a kiss. Yeah, I know. You know, she went ahead and you know, kissed. She went ahead and threw up, and now she's going to go ahead and kiss him, but that is okay. And you know what? She is going to invite him to stay. Obviously, she's going to tell him that he can stay and live with them, and you know, that is what she wants. She wants to be able to live with him. She's really, really happy that he's come over and he's supporting her in the way that he is. So we're gonna go ahead and get him moved in, and there we go. Damien is now part of our household, and Thea actually has some big news. So Thea last night had a really weird inclination. She was just feeling a little bit weird. You know, she's been throwing up multiple times, she's been having really bad acne, and honestly she had the idea that maybe she was pregnant. So she went ahead and, oh my god, she's enjoying spooky day, she went ahead and actually ran to the shops around the corner and grabbed herself a pregnancy test and took it last night and found out she was pregnant. So she is actually going to go ahead and tell Damien about everything that happened. She's going to go and reveal the deep secret that she has, and obviously this really isn't the best time, but she is so happy with this, the fact that she is going to be expecting a baby. And as you can see, Damien is also really happy. He has that secret revealed. He's feeling giddy with happiness, and obviously it is his baby, and he is really excited to obviously, you know, share this experience with Thea. It probably just isn't the best time for her to be pregnant considering everything that's going on with her sister, but he is here and he is looking to look after her. And obviously these guys are gonna go and he is actually gonna ask Thea to be his girlfriend and make it official, and obviously she went ahead and said yes, and she's really excited by that. So obviously they are boyfriend and girlfriend, and yeah, that was like a split decision that he just had. You know, he's been thinking about that for a really long time, but honestly that was just something that he knew he was going to be doing, you know, eventually anyways. And as soon as he made his way over here, that was a really big thing for Thea to see. He must really care enough to actually travel all the way over from Salvadorada just to be with her in this, you know, in this really weird time. But it looks like they are about to go and make their way into the shower, which probably, as much as it is weird, we understand. Oh, they just disappeared. We understand about the fact that they obviously have a lot of relationship things they need to get through. There's not a lot of time when they are actually alone, and this is a really big thing for them. So it's kind of like a split of the moment decision where they're doing it. There's honestly nothing that Thea can do right now. Thea is actually waiting for the courts to contact her back, and in the meantime, I'm sure they can share a little bit of their love with each other, and the fact that she really appreciates him coming over and moving in and staying with her, and, you know, looking after this little shack with her in order to get her sister back so that they can go back home and be a family and live like a family together with their baby. But we are going to actually go ahead and end the episode off here, because hopefully we will be able to get Celeste back soon. But I want to know what your guys' thoughts are on this episode. Let me know what you guys thought. Let me know what you think of the storytelling and whether you prefer like the more cinematic things. And obviously if I need to cover everything, I will like talk over the top of them. But let me know if you guys actually enjoyed this whole experience and stuff like that. And I'm going to go ahead and end it off here. So as always, if you guys enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like on the video. And if you got any questions, leave them in the comment section below and I get around to them as soon as I can. And if you are new, it'd be awesome if you could subscribe, because obviously it helps our little family grow. And if you just want to hit the notification bell next to the subscribe button, you get notified every single time I upload, which means you never miss one of my uploads. And definitely go ahead and let me know what you guys are going to think is going to happen in the next episode between Thea and her family, whether Celeste is actually going to be able to move back in with Thea, what you guys think the courts are going to say, and whether you think that that's going to happen, what you guys think is going to be happening between Thea and Damien and how that relationship is going to work. And I'm going to go ahead and end it off here, and I really hope you guys enjoyed. So I love you all, and I will speak to you all later on in the week. Bye everyone!